You okay there? Okay, who'd like to start, please? John?
Roy, maybe you can give us your assessment of a tough night for your side.
I think we were well beaten, basically.
Okay.
I don't know quite.
In what ways do you think that the team left maybe well beaten by United beyond the scoreline?
I thought that they attacked better than we did and defended the few attacks that we were able to mount quite comfortably, and as a result, unfortunately, you tend, when that happens, to only be looking at one possible result, and that was the result that they came up with.
Dean Henderson obviously got his debut for the team today, back on the home turf that he used to call his own. Disappointing for him, of course, to go off so early. Also, can you give us an update on that injury?
Not really, because like all of those muscle injuries, the doctors, they can tell you which part of the leg the injury occurs in, but they're not prepared to give you any suggestions as to the severity of it, and that will need a scan. I'm sure we'll have to wait for the result of that scan before we know anything more, and often they have to wait a day or two before they could even do the scan. So at the moment we just know that he had a very unfortunate end to a game that he was really looking forward to playing.
And lastly from me, do you think that today's performance is at all indicative of what might happen at the weekend, or do you think so many changes for both sides means that?
Oh, well, unless we can play better, it's indicative, of course. But we do have some players that we are able to bring back into the team, which may help us. There's no doubt about that. But this wasn't a weak team by any stretch of the imagination. So we aren't suddenly going to go from being the team you saw tonight to a totally different team. We're going to have to become a totally different team in terms of the way we approach the game and the way we play the game.
Okay.
Nick?
Well, do you think the goalkeeper change kind of affected Palace at all? Because I thought before the goalkeeper came off, you didn't look in too much trouble and actually posed a threat on the break, and then after the change, the goals came. Did it change something?
Came immediately, didn't it? But I mean, it's kind of you to say so. I thought that our shape in the early part of the game was quite good. We weren't making it too easy for them to play through us, which of course is something which you have to do. There are many teams in the Premier League where you come away from home where if you allow them to play through you, you're going to come away with a good result. But I don't honestly think that I could say, if only the goalkeeping injury hadn't happened, it would have been a different kettle of fish. The way the game panned out, United had almost complete control of the game for so many long spells in the game, and until those two chances in the second half, I don't think we worried them anywhere near enough.
The Riedewald injury, sorry, just to say, did Riedewald, was that cramp or has he got a problem?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's his first game for a long time. And I thought he did quite well actually in there as well, in a difficult circumstances, and playing a team that wasn't firing on all cylinders. So I'll have to check that one out. But we were a little bit concerned, as the game went on. He worked very hard, and as I say, it's the first time he's played from the start since Plymouth game.
When you have two games against the same team in such a short space of time, and as you say, one game has been so one-sided, how does that affect your preparations for the next game? And in some ways, does it make it easier to say do everything completely different next game?
It can't be. I mean, I wish it could be, but I mean, the fact is, we set out our stall as we thought in the right way to confront this game, and we have to set out our stall in a very similar way to confront the next game, because we don't have a lot of changes we can possibly make. So we are facing a similar scenario, potentially, that we face tonight, and we don't have the number of people available that could maybe make such a vast difference to our own team. So it'd be a question of making certain that we accept that tonight it didn't go the way we dreamt it might go. The reality was that we came up against a team that caused us a lot of problems, created chances, and won the game more than deservedly. And we're going to have to come to terms with that and find in the Thursday and Friday training sessions a way to try and get people back into a frame of mind they're in when we kicked off tonight, that we can make a good fist of this game and come away with the result.
Okay, Matt.
Hi Roy. A difficult night for Jesurun Rak-Sakyi. You took him off at half time. Was that because you didn't feel that he was influencing the game enough, or you wanted to just change something around tactically? So obviously went to sort of five at the back with Daniel Klein. And also, can he take anything from tonight as like a learning experience?
If it was a question of taking people off who'd not had a particularly good first half, he wouldn't have been alone. So it wasn't a question of that at all. It was a question of deciding that the best way for us to stem the tide of some of the attacks and maybe give ourselves a slightly better chance of putting some pressure on them from the front would be to play with two front players, and that of course meant playing with three midfield players and adding an extra centre back. And as a result, Jez was the one who had to sacrifice the position. But can he take something from the game? Oh, of course he will. He's a young player. I mean, it was a really tough ask for him, to come into a team which already had several changes in the team and then be asked to perform here in front of the Man United crowd against a very good Man United team. That's a really big ask that we made of him there, and I'm certain that if he's got the character, which I believe he has, he'll benefit from that. He'll accept, that wasn't the way I dreamt it would go, but now I know what it's like, and next time I'll be ready.
Okay, gentleman.
Hi Roy. Most of your chances seem to come from Eze when he came off the bench. How important is he to your team?
Yeah, it's important. He's a good player. There's no question of that. I mean, we didn't expect, to be fair, that much from him when he came off the bench. But I mean, he is a quality player, so it's pretty easy when he comes on to see that he's got those qualities. The same, I think you could say, applies with Will Hughes. I thought he was quite good when he came on as well, because they are two players who've been playing on a regular basis for us. But we can't rely upon a good player to win us games. We need to have a good team, and we need Eze to be a good player and a good team player, and we need some good players around him, and I believe that's what we will have, and that's what we've got. But it might mean I've got to wait a bit longer before I've got a full group of players to choose from that I think will make us into a better team.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry, Roy. Is the key on Saturday not to allow Manchester United to get the initiative in the game quite so early? We seem to take control of the game virtually straight away.
Are they going to be capable of doing that, aren't they? I mean, I think Man United at Old Trafford have always been capable of doing that. Not many times I've come here with teams, a Man United team that's not been capable of taking control of the game early on because of the quality of their players.
But sometimes they're not able to maintain that, whereas they...
Oh, well, mate, that I don't know. I don't watch Manchester United every week, but I mean, the times I've been here with teams, it's never been easy to stop them establishing some sort of control and possession because of the quality of players they have.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Okay.